Well, salutations, denizens of the internet. Too many people on right now. Well, for salutations, denizens of the internet. I'm Firebyte27, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Hasbro Pulsecon live stream where they revealed Transformers figures. Oh, hey, Neo Cliffjumper. Nice to see you on stream, as well as Firewall and Haley. Nice for all of you to join me. Before we get on to the me actually reacting to the Transformers reveals, I've got a few things I need to cover. First of all, I need to give a huge shout out to Master Far, one of my friends from the channel who I've been friends with for a very long time. He gave me I'll just say he made a contribution that allowed me to purchase HasLab Star Saber. Sorry, something fell off screen over there. Next thing, I want to thank Rhymes Worth a Dime, another friend of this channel, for selling me a few figures, including Cybertron Cannonball, and more importantly, since the next review for the series, Robots in Disguise 2001 Scourge. And before we get too deep into this, before we get on to my reaction and that stuff, before that part of the Hasbro PulseCon starts, I wanted to take these 20 minutes to do some Q&A. So if you guys have any questions for me, please feel free to post them in the chat. I'm seeing them right here, and I'll flash them up on screen whenever I need to answer them. So first up, we have Firewall, who asked, "What's up?" And not much. I've been working on my next review, and that's really all there is to it. Okay, here's the first actual question. Firewall asks, so a couple of questions. What are you most excited for about Legacy? And I'd have to say that I'm most excited for all the Prime stuff, especially Knockout, Bulkhead, and RC, because aside from the first edition figure, RC really got shortchanged when it comes to her figures. As far as the newly revealed Skids and Bulkhead, I think they look pretty decent. Honestly, I was looking at Bulkhead, and at first I wasn't fully on board with him because it was mostly the torso. He looked more like a reboot of Movieverse Hound. In fact, someone commented on a video where I talked about my reaction to the reveal of Bulkhead, and he said, "It looks like Bulkhead was put through a Minecraft filter." And none of you knew this about me. I'm actually a huge fan of Minecraft, so I said, "Joke's on you. I'm actually hopelessly addicted to Minecraft." So yeah, there was that. And as far as Skids, he looks like another decent Autobot. He doesn't look like something. Honestly, it looks like he could be one of the sleeper hits, so to speak. Like one that turns out super good, but no one ends up remembering or talking about all that much because he's not a super popular character. Also, how likely is it for Bulkhead and Skids to be Silverbolt retools? Oh my god. That meme just stop already? Ugh. If anything, I think Bulkhead's going to be like an Earthrise grapple retool because of the front of the chest. It's probably not going to end up being a grapple retool. Thank God. But still, can we just let this joke die? But if you need my jokey answer, then yes. Also, for those of you who are fairly new subscribers to this channel who subscribe because of that one short I posted. Oh yeah, that's another thing I have to mention. Thanks everyone for bringing this channel to 500 subscribers and then to 550 subscribers less than a week afterwards. That was something I needed, considering how bad the last few weeks went here at college. I won't get into specifics, but let's see here. I don't see anything super wrong about Bulkhead. It's just that the square gut is kind of off-putting. Yeah, I kind of agree. The best way that I can describe it is, I believe I'm friends with Kid Catastrophe and a bunch of other YouTubers on Discord, and I think Kit said that the square gut for Bulkhead is jarring. But I overcame it pretty quickly. Mostly because big green square things remind me of creepers, and I love Minecraft stuff like that. And also there's the fact that I am a huge Bulkhead simp. In fact, let me show you this. This past Monday was actually my birthday. Let me show you what my quote unquote normal aunt got me. The entirety of Transformers Animated, the complete series on DVD. Ever since Bulkhead was first revealed in the series, I've loved the guy. He's my favorite kind of muscular character in media in general. It's a guy who's big, buff, strong, and looks pretty scary, but on the inside, he's just a big squishy teddy bear. And next question. You like jazz? Well, I can say for certain that I like Reveal the Shield jazz. I don't own the Studio Series jazz, and I already played with Power of the Primes jazz, and that thing is utter crap, so I like this one, I guess. Okay, next one. What differences in design aesthetics do you notice on Skids and Bulkhead from the WFC trilogy? Well, for starters, when it comes to Skids, I'm noticing that the only blast effect ports on the figures are on the guns now. Bulkheads don't have any, but he's got like a machine gun. Where the hell would you put it? And when it comes to Bulkhead, I'm noticing that they're kind of returning to earlier Chug designs. Here's a great example of what I mean. Solar Storm Grapple, or Repel, if you will, is he's definitely a deviation from the G1 character and figure, but at the same time, he's still pretty solid and really fun. And he doesn't break like the Earthrise one. So I'm actually genuinely excited to see that they aren't just trying to do G1 again, or like it's hard to describe. What I hate about modern Chug right now is that because of the WFC trilogy, everyone has gotten it into their heads that Chug needs to be Micro Masterpiece. It needs to be as faithful to the cartoon as physically possible. And while I hate to be a boomer, so to speak, the Transformers Generations could be at its Transformers the Generations line has always been at its best when it's not trying to be G1 and trying to be its own thing. And as such, it really saddens me that people have tried treating the new Bulkhead as though it's supposed to be some micro masterpiece of the character. Though, to be fair, I'd totally pay for that. Then again, the first edition exists, but that's it's hefty fortune. Anyways, I think Legacy Bulkhead looks good, and I am a Bulkhead simp. Yes, I'm not sure if that. Never mind. Also, thoughts about remaking non-G1 characters into G1. It can work. Emphasis on the phrase "it can work," because quite frankly, while let me bring it back here a bit. when it comes to what they did with Barricade and Siege and Earthrise, I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a cool idea. However, I think there are some characters that are just too iconic to be really remade into the G1 style and look good. For example, Bulkhead. I don't think that guy needs a new face. The face was perfect the way it was. And when it comes to, like, especially Unicron Trilogy characters, I don't think those need to be remade in a G1 style either. We've got to remember that the G1 cartoon was made to be as cheap as humanly possible. That's why some of the animation in season 3 and 4 was so bad. They decided to skimp out on even more money by buying all the animation, or like paying for animators from Korea who didn't know what they were doing, or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. So I think it can work, but you have to be careful about how you do it. Okay, next question. What combiner teams would you like to see in Legacy? Well, we know for a fact that we're getting Menasor, so part of me kind of hopes that it's actually the RID 2015 version. Now, I'll make no secret of the fact that I hate RID 2015 as a show, but the designs were actually pretty solid. So, honestly, I'd like to see combiners that aren't from G1. Like, give us an animated Safeguard combiner. That would be awesome. Just 2 Voyager class figures that can combine. What's not to love about that? Also, what about, like, Road Caesar? HasLab Star Saber did it really well, and if you missed the beginning of this video, I actually got to be able to fund that, or be part of the crowdfunding process, because of an anonymous donation. I mean, a charitable donation from Master Far. And I'd just like to see more combiners that aren't from American G1. I'd also like them to redo. I'd also like them to redo the C-Cons, and preferably not as exclusives, but that might be a pipe dream. Okay, next. And also, because we are getting legend-sized Pretenders, do you think Hasbro might do the Pretender shell? Honestly, I'm hoping they don't, and that's going to sound really infuriating to a lot of hardcore G1ers, but let's remember, Pretender shells were... Okay, I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent here, but Pretender shells, the most experience I've had with them have been through Power of the Primes, and while when it comes to G1 Pretenders, the robots inside were cool, I'm not exactly sure I see them being able to do the actual shell competently. Besides, we've got to remember, the Pretenders sold horribly in G1, so as long as they... Well, except for Bludgeon. He's the one who's escaped this, but if we really, really want Pretenders again, then I'm just going to say it. Please, leave the shells out. Next up, I was thinking it may take the shell into a fully articulated action figure. Again, while that is a nice sentiment, I've got to point out that, well, the Red series, whenever Transformers has tried to do straight up action figures without transformations, and this includes Pretenders, they haven't sold well. They haven't done well, and that's because they are Transformers. Part of the point is to be a puzzle for kids to figure out. So as much as that sounds like a cool idea for them to become the chest, like Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime, I just can't see it selling well. Next up, is SS86RC just going to be the Earthrise at a Voyager price point with a closed fist? Bad joke, indeed bad. Well, considering that Hasbro reissued the Earthrise RC in Kingdom, I honestly wouldn't put it past them. And though, considering how well decent SS86 Hot Rod turned out, being sort of a deluxe figure at a Voyager price point, I think they might actually redo the entire figure, especially after all the fan backlash to how poorly the old figure turned out. It's totally possible that they'll redo it, but I wouldn't be surprised either way. Do you think Hasbro will ever make trans metals? Probably. I mean, I'm hoping they do. Mostly because I love trans metals. After all, Trap is best boy. But I can't say that they will one way or another. I do YouTube, for Christ's sake. I'm not exactly good at predicting the future outcomes of my actions. Or anyone's actions, for that matter. Okay, we are almost 4 minutes away from them starting the actual live stream. Just for context, I decided to skip out on the media part of the Transformers live stream because I just don't care. It's cool that they got a bunch of guest stars and whatnot, but I just don't care. Anyways, see here. Less than 4 minutes left. What Japanese G1 characters would you like to see in the future? That's a good question. Diatlas, Grandis. See here, some other ones. Oh, Leo Kaiser, Deathsaurus, Road Caesar. I know we're getting a Minerva in the future, so that one's out. But I'm pretty sure that my buddy Dr. Lockdown's real happy about the fact that we're getting a Minerva, or whatever her name is. Can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm also hoping that we get a Nightbeat and maybe a good Ricochet / Stepper. Whatever. Point is, I'd like for there to. There are a lot of Japanese G1 characters that I'd like to see. Also, thoughts on SS86 Slag? I'm on it. That's really all I can say about it. I really liked Grimlock, and honestly, if they keep doing a great job with the SS86 Dinobots, pardon me, I may just dedicate an entire shelf of my collection to them. Actually, I have him with me. Yeah. I should also show this off too. Yeah. Let's see, where do I put Grimlock? That doesn't matter. I really liked how they handled Grimlock. And honestly, if that's how they handle the rest of the SS86 Dinobots, I just don't care how much of a beating my wallet takes. Just I surrender. I'm on board with them, is what I'm saying. Speaking of dinosaurs, actually, before we wait, what? What is a figure that you always wanted but couldn't get for any reason? That's a great question. Well, yes, RID 2001 / Car Robots Optimus Prime. Really cool figure, and it's the only really big Optimus Prime that it's one of the only big RID figures that I don't have yet. Anyways, we have 1 minute left, and before we start that, let's I just want to thank my mom for getting me the reissue Transformers Beast Wars Megatron. I have Kingdom, and I am thinking of doing a versus review between this and the new one, but we'll see where that takes us. Anyways, on top of that, there was also a Reveal the Shield Lugnut until my buddy, the stop motion reviewer, traded me to him in exchange for a mint in box Optimus Primal, because he was that desperate for them. And yeah, I think this figure is going to work really well with Bulkhead from Legacy, by the way. I think it's just going to work together. Anyways, 15 seconds left until the beginning of the Transformers segment. So I'm going to share my screen. See your window. There we go. Oh, dang it. Just a minute. Displays. No. Where do I have to go? Sorry about this. Okay, there we go. Privacy. There we go. Google. Okay. Just a second. The stream will go offline. Okay, sorry about that. Biggest Transformers pet peeves. I don't know. Anyways, running the Q&A now, and I'm going to go over to the reacting to the stuff. So let's share screen. Share screen. See your window. Um,
and our design director.
Okay. Sorry about the trouble. Now we're back here, and there we go. Transformers Legacy, and well, that looks, yeah, everything's all right. Chrome just had to quit in order for me to be able to share my screen with everyone, so we're in the clear now. But yeah, let's see exactly what the Hasbro team have been cooking up, shall we? I do like the art direction that they're going with it for Legacy. It's very faux vaporwave, if you get my drift. Also, for those of you who haven't been longtime fans, I've actually decided to wear this sort of retro shirt from back to my early days of YouTube. Anyways, let's return the focus to the stream. I'm not turning on up the volume for any of this. I don't care what they have to say. I just want to see the figures. I really do like the logo too. Very anime-esque. Actually kind of reminds me of the Kamen Rider logo. Pardon me. Okay, first up we have Skids. And now there's the Legacy Skids. I really like the back of the head flap too. That's it's not too inaccurate, but it's appropriately clever. Honestly, I'm just, ever since Theo made his like big video covering Skids, I've just been so sold on this guy. I need a new Skids. And fortunately, thanks to some of the equipment that my parents got me, such as this rotating table. In fact, let me show that to you guys live. I can actually do this now. Okay, so let's see here. What? Oh, I kind of like her that T-shirt that woman's wearing. Very feels kind of like the old Titans Return like box inserts. Very trippy background too. Okay, here's Dragstrip. Oh, they show off the Botcon figure. That's cool. Minor Wars. Now Legacy. Okay. What the hell? Ugh. Okay, I'm sorry to use pop lingo like this, but drag strip is so not cash money. I'm sorry. That's just why. It looks awful. I just don't like the color combo. Jeez. Sick. Oops. Let's see here. Swatch back. Yeah, gotta say, not really a big fan of this one. Dragstrip, he seems like he'd be cool on paper, but I'm just, no. It doesn't look right. Oh, here we go. The new RC. Brand new, come on. Let's see it. Let's see it. What? Okay, what the hell went wrong here? Okay, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I mean, I appreciate that at least it's a lot more accurate than the red figure, but what? Okay, so far, my thoughts are, as far as when it comes to Legacy, my thoughts so far. Oh, there we go. What is wrong with this? What is wrong with us? Why? Why is this? I'm sorry, I haven't used StreamYard in a while. I don't know how it works. Anyway, I'm terribly sorry about all the trouble we're having. I've got my phone handy, so we're good in case any other shit happens. Pardon me. Oh, Bulkhead. Sorry, my bad. And like that, I will never impersonate Bulkhead again. You know, the more and more I see Bulkhead, the more and more I'm warming to it. Like, originally, I found it jarring, like I stated earlier, but now I think it's all right. Definitely looks a lot more like a movie versus Hound remake than it does like Bulkhead. But on the bright side, if you look at the tarp, you can actually notice that he has what looks like Minicon ports. And considering I spent a good deal of this year investing in Minicons, I'm, pardon me, quite happy about that. Pardon me again. I'm so sorry. I'm just not used to reacting to these live streams. Most of the time, like back during my first semester when I did live streams a bit more often, or I mean second semester when I did live streams more often, things I would normally do would be yeah, I agree. I wish this gut was more rounded out too. Ooh, 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 ooh! This new laser prime looks amazing. Sorry to get off topic, guy. I do kind of wish that his gut was rounded off a bit more too. I do wish that was the case with Bulkhead. But ooh, this laser prime looks amazing. And they're reusing the legs from the Earthrise figure. When are we going to let this thing? When are we going to ever relinquish the legs of the Earthrise Siege figure? Yada yada yada. But this does look like it's a bit of a step up from the actual Earthrise figure. The trailer definitely looks a lot better, I'll say that. And it is nice to see them going back to the G2 design, since I literally just got that figure from Rhymes Worth a Dime, as I mentioned. Well, technically it's Scourge, but you get the idea. I think this looks pretty great. So far, it's a solid showing, and I honestly can't wait. And on top of that, I'm also glad that they haven't announced that Optimus Prime is being played in. And on top of that, I'm also glad that we haven't seen a reveal for Rise of the Beast yet, which announces that Optimus Prime and Bumblebee are voiced by Chris Pratt. Ooh, that packaging looks sick! I mean, I am glad that they're being a bit more environmentally cautious with this stuff. Ugh, damn, that is cool. Again, I really think that this is sort of that. This is just coming back to what I was saying earlier about the faux vaporwave aesthetic. Damn, that's cool. Pardon my profanity, of course. Wait, QR codes? What the frick is? Why are there QR codes? It's just is that the replacement for the instruction sheet? Are they pulling a Moss Toys? Which, if you don't know, fuck Moss Toys. This is. I'm just not sure what to think. Wait, what? Where's Dragstrip? Where did they put Dragstrip? What have you done with him? Oh, the QR codes are for the tech specs. That's cool. I mean, I can't say I'll ever use that, but it's nice to know that at least they're doing something. Like, give me my cards, goddammit. No, look, I'm just gonna go off on a tangent here. I prefer collector cards to literally anything that Hasbro's done, like as a pack-in gimmick. It's just that's as far as I need to take it, honestly. According to the reveals, we're supposed to get a lot more Decepticons in this line than we are Autobots, so happy to know that we're finally getting some more cons. I also can't wait for Crankcase. But I guess we'll have to wait another few months before we ever get that. Well, that is if the leakers don't get to it first. Oh, so Optimus Prime is a second blue Energon-y weapon turns into an axe. That's cool. Also, while I've got you all here, I should say thanks for all the well wishes on my birthday, and you already announced that. It's been out for weeks. Oh, God. Don't tell me that this is just going to be a repeat of the. Don't tell me that this is going to be a repeat of the fans of the first August fan of the first September fans first. Please don't tell me that this is going to be a repeat of the first Fans Friday I ever watched. First one that happened, I think, in September. Please don't let it be a repeat of that. My soul cannot take another bashing like that. Anyway, So this line's gimmick is clear plastic weapons? Okay, yeah, I guess so. I mean, the Energon monsters sound like they're going to be kind of an expansion on the weaponizers, so I don't know. Guess these are Energon weapons, which I'm totally fine with. Oh, also, fun fact. Speaking of Energon, I actually tried 3D printing some Energon cubes of my own to use as props and knit figures with a 3D printer pen that I got for Christmas, but that didn't work. Not that that's really important. Ooh, the Hall of Fame announcements. I know what figure's getting in. It's probably going to be Kingdom Cyclonus. Kingdom Cyclonus, Kingdom Cyclonus, Kingdom Cyclonus, Kingdom Cyclonus. My throat's getting really dry and I need a drink. What, Tigatron? Ugh! You idiots. It's just a big Cheetor. Cheetor's the most average mold of the line. God. I don't even own Tigatron, and I know that this was a mistake. Did Dream sabotage this vote? I swear, the Minecraft streamer Dream has to be responsible for this. I mean, even if he isn't, I'm still blaming him. Jeez, that came right the hell out of nowhere. Sorry. But why Kingdom Tigatron? Speaking of Kingdom, I mean, unless this is like the character that we're voting in which case, still, Tigatron, he is the most boring character. Oh, Inferno got into the Hall of Fame as a character, though? Actually, I'm going to applaud that. Yeah, definitely a better choice than Tigatron would have made. I mean, I like Tigatron because he's a Beast Wars character, but that's the only reason I like him. Honestly, I can't wait for him to get a figure in the Legacy line. Inferno, that is. Honestly, I 50% respect that choice. And I agree, Firewall. They did Cyclonus so dirty. Please don't tell me he's going to end up like a fucking siege spinister. My heart can't take another thing like that. Honestly, I'd flip off the people on the stream right now, but considering I'm not right in front of them, that's not really going to do me much good, is it? You know, part of me wants to riff on this like MST3K. But then again, I decided to leave the volume out of this, so I don't really have anything to say. And just so you all know, I was not part of the problem that caused Cyclonus to be kicked out of the Hall of Fame. I voted for him. He deserved it. Unlike that bastard Tigatron. Look, if you guys like Tigatron, I'm not trying to say you're wrong, but I genuinely don't feel like he deserved the spot. Anyways. Oh boy. So, are they going to add a padding to this one? Oh dear God, they are. No, you better not repeat the 1st September live stream. Do not repeat the fans first Friday that preceded HasLab Star Saber. Do not do this to me! Wait, was that the voice actor that played Blur? I don't know. I don't care. Okay. 35 minutes deep. You better be saving something good for me, Hasbro Pulsecon. And I totally agree with you, Firewell. They so did Cyclonus dirty. So Clonus dirty. No, 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 no. You get my point. What a waste. Okay, how long am I going to be a salty bitch about this? Maybe that should be my new nickname. Firebyte Salty Bitch 27. No, I'm kind of regretting my choice not to turn on the audio. I mean, it's necessary so I don't end up drowning out the announcements, but come on, 19 minutes left. We got 19 minutes left to wow me. Come on, come on. This might be part of the reason why I just I may never do a live reaction video again, or if I do, then I'm at least going to turn on the sound because I know this isn't great content for all of you. Padding, 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 padding. Okay, now we're on to something, I think. I don't know. Oh! Oh, Guido Guidi! Oh, tell me that he somehow became a part of a designing legacy. That he has something really cool to reveal to us. Are there captions? No, there aren't any captions. That would have been nice of them to provide. Oh well. Also, is it just me, or does his footage look really desaturated and also shaky? Oh, are you gonna get any of the Golden Disc collection? I was genuinely thinking of getting a Pterosaur. Unfortunately, that sold out like hotcakes, but I really wanted that. It looks really cool. Besides, I really wanted the Golden Disc prop it came with. Come on, reveal something cool. Might end the stream early if they don't do anything. Oh. It is really desaturated for no reason. So, oh wait, I know. It's because he's trying to emulate the Netflix War for Cybertron's absolutely miserable art or lighting or I don't know. The animation on that ended up looking like such shit because it was so desaturated. We are not the Decepticons. I'm sorry, but that no disrespect to the guy who had to deliver that line, but that there's a reason we will continue to meme that quote. it is just some of the worst delivery in all of Transformers history. Now, I'm not saying that Peter Cullen should always be the voice of Optimus Prime, but if you do want Optimus Prime, actually pay the money to get him out there. Don't pay someone to do a shitty impersonation of him. Huh. You want it? You want the mutant Tigatron so you can repaint it into Night Shadow Panther? Yeah, I can respect that. I mean, I'm probably just gonna what? Reformatting Galvatron? Ugh. Clear plastic is becoming my suffering, isn't it? Why? We've been over this. Clear plastic figures aren't. Ugh. You know what? Screw it. It doesn't matter. They're gonna keep releasing translucent plastic variants, anyways. This is like a repeat of the Fans First Friday that predated Star Saber, isn't it? We've run out of interesting things to discuss almost immediately. Oh, hey, another person whose claim is to not be the Decepticons. Oh, wait, his saturation is actually a bit better. Never mind. But Jesus. By the way, thank you, Firewall, for sticking in this for the entire stream so far. What are the biggest Transformers pet peeves, except for translucent plastic, which I don't like too? Well, let's see here. Lacking a waist swivel when there's no other articulation to make up for it, like an ab crunch. Let's see here. Loose joints. When Hasbro Pulsecons and Fans First Fridays decide to waffle around the actual interesting stuff and waste my time, transformations that fight me at every single turn and have a lot of parts that clash with each other is one of them. It's part of why I don't love it transforming SS86 Hot Rod. I do like the figure overall, and I think that a lot of the tricks he uses are cool, but a lot of the parts don't have the room to do what they want to. Oh, great. And they're including a bunch of minifigures. You know, the part of Unicron which absolutely no one cared about. Are they even saying anything interesting? I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't want to unmute this. No, screw it, we're unmuting it.
The glue. The Junkion glue.
Junkion glue.
Yeah, for Dinobots, you get Swoop, Slug, Snarling, Grimlock, of course, all the OGs. And then the OG Decepticons is Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, who's my personal favorite, and Dirge. And
they're just covering all the minifigures that are included. The thing that I think absolutely no one cared about from Unicron after they made them just tiny little statues. At least with the promotional things that they showed off for those figures, at least they were in interesting poses, but...
Quintessent Cruiser. I got it. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Quintessent Cruiser. Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Perfect. Thanks, man. We totally this is great.
I feel like you could 3D print the ship in minifigures. Yeah, I do too. I don't see why this has any reason to exist.
This was a great way to do it for everyone. we're super thankful for having you stop by and just hang out with us today. We'll definitely be doing something with Ben in the future, hopefully incorporating him with some music, possibly with the rest of the band. We're definitely gonna bring him back.
Thank you guys for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No need to pay whatever price to
Right,
complete
and that wraps up
Unicron.
our
Yeah,
last
I
toy
agree.
reveal. The
Hasbro Unicron in
Galvatron
general,
Unicron
I don't
companion
like
pack
it.
is available for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse or on the Hasbro Pulse mobile app for fans in the US. And for all the toys we revealed today, pre-order opens for Hasbro Pulse premium members starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and opens to all fans at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Hasbro Pulse and
Yeah,
other
I saw
major
the
toy and
ridiculous
fan
price
retailers.
on Hasbro Pulse.
It was a pleasure. Having you all with us on the show today, and thank you to all the Transformers fans for tuning in. That's all we have. Now back to Jackie and Cleo. See ya. I know.
Okay,
I know,
looks like
Cleo, I know.
looks like
Guys,
looks like the Transformers thing is over. So that was disappointing, but kind of sorry I wasted all of your time, guys. But yeah, that was all the reveals. Yeah, I agree, Firewall. The Laser Optimus Prime, that looks awesome. I honestly can't wait to get that. And in fact, most of the stuff that they revealed for Transformers Legacy looked awesome. But oh my god, it felt like a repeat of the not the Hasbro Fans First Friday where they announced HasLab Star Saber, but the one before that. The one where they announced Perceptor and then literally nothing else. Makes you sick. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Probably also gonna go visit my local collector store. Ugh, I don't know. I feel so underwhelmed and probably going to be hearing Dr. Lockdown saying the similar things. RC is a bit rough. It will take a lot of getting used to, and I agree. That face is my biggest barrier between liking it immediately. Like, the rest of the body actually looks pretty good. I think it looks darn near perfect as is. But there are going to be a lot of face upgrade kits for it, I can assure you that much. Hell, considering depending on whether or not Master Far actually depending on whether or not Master Far suggests this or not, I may actually end up making some designs of that. Oh yeah, that's actually something I should mention too. No arm mode though. Yeah. I think that might be because the G1 Menasor model had a pair of cars stapled onto his shoulders. I'm not going to say anything definitive about Commander Class Motormaster just yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if the trailer he comes with ends up turning into a quote-unquote base, and then into a pair of arms and legs that the others just attach to. You know, like how the third parties are doing it. But also, Kickback, I do agree. Kickback does look pretty awesome. I can't wait for him. I love bugs, at least bug-themed characters. Actual bugs, on the other hand, not so much. But this, I will admit, I feel a little disappointed by this Pulsecon live stream. It wasn't like with Kingdom where they just showed off a lot of things. I just feel so empty after it. I love the boxes that look like jet. Ooh, I didn't know that. Interesting. But yeah. Thanks for joining me in watching Hasbro Pulsecon 2021. at least the Transformers segment. Sorry if you thought that this was a waste of your time. I'm not a genius at all this, but I'm hoping that the rest of you have a nice day and a nice weekend. And with that being said, this is Firebyte 27 over and out.